JJ Watt, source was him. He made a whole lot of noise during the season, how he don't want to be a part of another rebuild. He want to go. Everybody alluded to, they thought he was going to go ring chase because he's on the back nine of his career. Then reports came out that, he was receiving big money offers, $15 to $16 million offers. And most people was a little shocked by those numbers. But
they warranted. No, they warranted.
Shock not a negative. Is not a negative term on this one. They were still shocked at the numbers. See,
I wasn't expecting that.
Correct.
Be that high.
Well, then, like you say, you end up signing with Arizona Cardinals. So, what's your initial thoughts?
So initially, I thought you didn't want to be a part of another rebuild. But I'd be a part of a rebuild for $15 million.
You gave up 17. Because
it's some happiness involved.
But so if he gave up 17 because he felt that it was going to be a toxic situation and that team was going to be like complete trash, at least Arizona, he feels like at least we got a quarterback that he ain't going nowhere. We got. I've played with Nuke. I know what he can do.
Oh, I love Nuke.
And I'm playing across from Chandler Jones. Yeah,
I can do that.
This may be a rebuild, but we might not be picking in the top 3.
And they on the up and up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, so it's like they're
trending up.
Exactly, they're trending up. I won't call this a rebuild because to me, a rebuild is you're breaking shit down.
Yeah,
I don't think they're breaking shit down. So for $2 million less to still be, kind of in that ballpark, because when you make that, when you're making that much money, $2 million probably $2 million ain't shit to JJ Watt.
He can flip that. He got a plug at Nike.
He can do a Gatorade commercial. He got that right. He got that right back. Yeah. So that ain't nothing to him. He gonna make that. So I'll leave that shit show down in Houston with the preacher man GM.
You got to get out.
And so, hey, cut all ties, get up out of there. I'll take that $15 million. And then if JJ with Chandler Jones on the other side, if JJ Watt ball out for these next 2 years, he can go ring chase in 2 years.
Yeah,
because he's still putting stuff. He
signed a 2-year deal. Yeah.
So regardless,
now it's been reports that I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry. It's been reports that since the cap is going to bloom in 2022 next year, right? They're saying a lot of players is
they may hold out for them.
They're gonna be taking 1-year deals, and then they're gonna be trying when the real cap come up, they gonna try to get cash in then. So do you see Arizona being a destination for these free agents to try to go for the gusto?
It depends on how it looks this year.
Yeah,
it has to be now though. I mean, it's not a. The 1 year deal is like now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Right. So here's my thing. I don't think that it's a destination right now because you're still on the up and up. Because, you still have to prove it. So I don't see them at I don't see somewhere.
You definitely got to prove it.
I don't.
You can be getting a lower deal in 1 year. You feel me? Based off your play.
There's plenty of other teams where you can go ring chase. As Facebook user who didn't follow the directions said, Tampa still. You can go to Tampa to ring chase. You can go to Kansas City to ring chase. Shit, you still could possibly, if you feel like you are that piece, you can go to Green Bay and try and ring chase. You can who knows what the Rams may do now that they got Stafford. You may feel like, hey, shit, I could be that piece. So it's there's other teams that you can look to. Shit, Buffalo, you can go to Buffalo because people think Buffalo got it. If I'm a wide receiver, I can go to Baltimore. It's plenty of different places that I would go to if I think that I have a legitimate shot for a ring that has actually shown me that they can get to the playoffs before Arizona.
And I like what Arizona's doing. I like the move. I like getting JJ at 15. I like putting them opposite of your guy. You feel me? So and I like what JJ did. Listen to Hill. He's clearly listening to 3-man weave. He went for the 2-year deal because his money's going to be guaranteed, and he's going to be up for bigger money in the future, even if he just does decent, just off his veteran status. So, you know, I like the deal, and then I agree with everything that AJ was saying about this not being a rebuild at Arizona, them trending up, them having at least a quarterback that they believe in for the near future. They Nuke is there, like we mentioned, who is your former teammate, who you have a bond with. So it's like, to me, it's a no-brainer. And I really, really like it because it proves one of my theories that I always talk to y'all about whenever we talk about people who have a chance, who either coming up in a free agency or a trade situation, is happiness. Like, personal happiness comes into mind. Like, Cleveland was supposedly be one of those other teams,
and the Colts.
And the Colts, and it's just like both of those places compared to Arizona. I'm just saying, like, if I personally had to choose somewhere to live out of those three cities, I'm choosing Arizona hands down.
Oh,
yeah. So it's like, so it's like, you know, personal happiness, and it's like $15 million a year ain't bad. So, hey,
yeah, I'll take it.
Somebody, Facebook user was quoting me by saying "Cap is a myth." Someone once said. You gonna see? You gonna see?
What you like? What as I
you gonna see?
To realize what the only thing like these teams, like, all you have to do is just get creative. Just get creative with the cap.
You have to have people willing to take restructure though. You have to have. If people don't, then what?
But see, a lot of times with what the
you cut them and like, get dead cap.
But sometimes what it is to do the restructure is you're not necessarily giving them a demotion. What you're doing,
you're just pushing it back.
No, you're not even pushing it back. You're cutting their base salary and turning it into a signing bonus. So what you were gonna get in for, like, just for a salary and getting those checks over the season, I'm just gonna write you an upfront check right now.
I need my salary, bro. I need my base. Don't ever give up your base, players. You need that consistent.
But you need that consistent.
You need that consistent money. When you get a lump sum. It's not good for you, man. I'm trying to take that lump sum, but still make sure you got a base, bro. I'm trying to
that's my point. When they do that, they're not just giving you a whole signing bonus.
Sometimes they push it back though. It's a lot of different ways that they can restructure. They can front load it into a signing bonus. They could push the guaranteed money back into later years and pay you a smaller base this year, with a guaranteed roster bonus next year. So it's a lot of different ways, but you and your agent ultimately have to agree to it. So it's like, if you don't, then what?
But think about it. The cap is going up. That ain't.
No, that's a fact. That's reality.
That's a reality. Fact. And it's gonna go, like, it's gonna be a number that we've never seen before. And teams is gonna.
Like what? What you predict? Throw it out there.
It's gonna be 200 minimum.
Oh,
that's minimum.
Yeah. I mean, we was close. We was close before,
and it's gonna be way bigger than that. I didn't want you to put me on the spot, and I give you a number. The next thing you know, well, Hill said it's gonna be 300 million. You know how they go come at me. You know they go come for me. Yeah, well, Hill said this. Nah, we not doing that. We not doing that. But
so,
all you got to do is push that money back for a little bit, and it's gonna come. Like I said, y'all about to see in this offseason in 2 weeks. Once free agency starts, you're gonna see some players. Hey, we're gonna add.
But some teams like the Eagles, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for the Eagles to. They got 40 million worth of restructuring they got to do to be able to make some moves, unless it's with their own players. You feel me? Or players that are gonna be lesser if they could trade for a lesser hit. You feel me? But it's like, we'll see. We about to see how creative some of these teams can get.
But you mentioned it. Go ahead.
No, go. Because
you mentioned the Eagles. You mentioned the Eagles. They've been in cap hell,
exactly,
like for years.
Yeah,
and they've been restructuring and figuring it out.
But this is the worst. But this is the worst that they've been in.
You can only restructure for so long.
Exactly. And now it's time to pay the piper for the Eagles. You see what I'm saying?
Take your lump.
Take your lump. But the perk is you go for it because guess what? They got a ring. That's what you do all this restructuring for. You restructure.
It did technically it worked.
You go after, like you do this shit to go after a ring. That's just what the Rams was doing. That's what the Jags did those couple years. It almost got them there, but they wanted to stick to their guns and follow Blake Bortles. And you had, Colin Kaepernick on the free agency market, but we ain't gonna go there. But look, go for it. That's what to me. That's how you build your fan base. Because to me, like we said before, it's some teams out there that they are content with not winning.
Put this Howie comment up there from Rashad. And this is bringing it right back to the Nike thing. Some of this some of it's illegal, bro. Straight up, like some of this is backdoor contracting, man. It's back channel, bro. Some of this stuff is against an NFLPA policy. I promise, and I assure you, bro. But it's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast.
But like prime example, like what Sean just asked us. How long do you think Washington football team will be able to keep their front four? As long as they want to.
Well, right now we have a lot of cap space though. So, but the thing is, they're up for Payne and Allen are up for new contracts, and Brandon Scherf is up for a new contract. So as soon as you up all of them, you sign some veteran quarterback. That money is gone. And so, you will have them for their new contracts, but then after that, it's anybody's guess.
But with that is get creative. If you work that creativity with those contracts, say you sign Payne, you give Payne, you front load Payne contract, but
backload Allen.
Backload Allen. So it's almost like when one's going up, one's coming down. Give a roster bonus this year. Give a signing bonus.
Okay, somebody get AJ a job.
Feel saying? And the cap going up.
AJ been playing Madden, bro. I'm trying to tell you, Hill.
and the cap going up, man. You don't have to worry about it. The only person on that line that's going to have to really worry about it is Sweat. He might have to earn his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know he earning it. AJ I know, predicted that too.
That's correct. All I'm saying,
y'all
everybody.
Also, but here's the thing. This is what who asked that? Sean knew about this. Matt Ioannidis is also up for a big payday. He was injured last year, but he was our number one. He was outperforming Payne and Allen, bro, in the run game and in the pass rush game. And they not just gonna cut him because he's healthy this year. Because he's a part of their plan too. So it's like he up for a payday too. So it's like that's what's really gonna make it tough. And he young also.
But now how that will work is with the amount of positions that if all three of them are kind of competing for those snaps, somebody may be the odd man out. Where it's like hey. Allen and Payne,
but Allen can play in, and that's the beauty of it.
But that's my thing. So that versatility is going to keep Allen, Allen around. Ioannidis might be the odd man out, but guess what?
They sold on him, bro. They
can be sold on, but what may happen is you let him go. But that's when you bring in a veteran or you draft a depth piece, so you can maintain that rotation, try and get someone serviceable, and especially if you draft, now you got someone on a cheap contract, and by the time it's time for them to re-up and hopefully they reach for their potential, Allen and Payne probably going to be out the door anyway.
Yeah.
It's all like, to me, the good teams know how to continue to recycle and they don't get caught up in, but we like what we do now. The good teams foresee shit. They plan for the future. That's good business. Good businesses they sit down and they forecast.
You can't front load everybody. This is from Rashad Rolak. If I'm Washington, I'm trying to keep that front loaded. Rotation keeps everyone fresher and makes their jobs easy.
When he say front loaded, he's not talking about the contract.
That's true. But and that's why I agree with him there. I think they're gonna keep Matt.
And then even still, guess what? If you spend that money on that front, on that defensive front, you can get some middle of the road linebackers because that front is gonna make their job a lot easier. So guess what? You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on your linebackers. Bring in some deep veterans and some draft picks and let them run free.
They got a boy named Holcomb.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man. That boy, like Holcomb cheap ass. Holcomb cheap ass is for real.
We drafted him though. That's why. But
hey, I'm sold on Holcomb though.
But look,
not cheap.
He be getting cooked sometime in coverage, but he 100% elite in the run and in the whenever he blitz, he be getting home.
Hey, look, sometimes you can't do it all.
I like he got a motor.
Like I said,
he got a motor. I like him.
Even with the cap going crazy, like I said, even the cap going crazy. Let's be honest, we still gonna have some regular players and some cheap players, and you're gonna have this spread out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The tiers still exist.
Yeah, don't let. Like I said, let's get beside ourselves.
Was looking like Bobby Wagner versus us. He was not looking. He was not looking like Bobby Wagner.
No. Hey,
didn't me.
Why you think I know him? Why you think I know him? Why you think I know? I concur. We are from that's an Eagles fan, and I'm a Cowboy fan. We know Holcomb, bro. I'm trying to tell you. That's why we was hyped about him. That boy looked crazy. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, y'all seen the division games. Y'all ain't seen the other games.
Hey, sometimes it all that matters, baby.
Hey, so before
doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man week. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.